Over 40 days have gone by since the protest started in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and ahead of the protesters' long march to Muzaffarabad. The Pakistan Army Chief's forces killed 9 people in a fresh escalation, as per Reuters. Protesters now have issued a fresh ultimatum to Pakistan. Thousands of supporters of the civil society group, Joint Awami Action Committee, JAAC, have been on a sit-in at the Eidgah ground since the 9th of June. And the protests, remember, were originally ignited by that ban on JAAC, which basically put forth 38 demands, including the abolition of 12 seats in the so-called Legislative Assembly, which are dominated by Pakistanis. However, Asim Munir has opted for brute force, with security personnel opening fire and tear gas on innocent civilians. On Tuesday, for instance, protesters were killed in Tarakhal. As per reports, Pakistan deployed 4,000 security personnel to stop the protesters from entering Muzaffarabad. While internet remains suspended in the area, reports also suggesting that a media blackout has been imposed. Several paths have been sealed. Although the long march was temporarily put off after holding talks with the government, the JAC has given a fresh deadline. If Islamabad does not agree to its demands by July 21st, protesters will embark on a long march to Muzaffarabad on the 22nd of July. Meanwhile, one of the prominent leaders of JAC vociferously contested Pakistan's claim over Jammu and Kashmir. Addressing protesters, he asserted that PoK is neither independent nor a disputed territory. He called it an occupied territory. The statement was met with a loud applause from thousands of people as they voiced their support. Take a look. Previously, remember, he had appealed to India to provide food and medicines to the residents of PoK, accusing Pakistan of curtailing essential supplies to the area. He also warned that protesters could consider marching towards the line of control if Munir's forces respond to the people's demand with bullets. But what really is the root cause of the crisis? Speaking to WION, London-based Pakistani journalist Adil Farooq linked the ongoing protests to the unequal distribution of resources in the country. According to him, public resentment had grown as most funds are going to the military, he says, even as economic relief eludes the common man.
Started as an economic protest, but it is not an economic protest anymore. The initial demand did focus on governance and public grievances. Protest leaders are now framing the movement into broader political terms because the social contract is not working.
And all of this triggers some serious questions. Can Pakistan afford to alienate PoK further, considering that internal turmoil is only rising in Balochistan, also Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, with its role as a so-called mediator also completely, in a way, affected, unraveling to a certain extent after the resumption of hostilities between the US and Iran? The crisis for Asim Munir is only intensifying. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.